So we've previously looked at surface area and volume of pyramids. Now we're going to look at cones. So cones are kind of like pyramids, except they have this rounded edge. They have a circular base. So the surface area is going to be a little bit different. So with the surface area, we're still going to add the area of the base. So the area of the base is just a circle, so that's pi r squared. And then we're going to add this area around sort of the actual cone itself. And so what that's going to be is going to be pi r times L. And L, just like before with the pyramids, is going to be the slant height, so the distance along this edge. And that's going to be the surface area. And for volume, it's actually the same as pyramid. It's 1/3 area of the base times the height. And because we know that this is always going to be a circle, we could say the area of the base is just pi r squared times that height. And make sure you know the difference between height and L, which is slant height. So for these cones, we want to find the surface area. So the surface area is pi r squared plus pi r L. So this is pi times r squared, which is 7 squared, plus pi times 7 times 15.7. So this is going to be 49 pi, plus this is 7 times 15.7, which is 109.9 pi. And then if we add those together, we are going to get 158.9 pi, which it looks weird when we have an irrational number such as pi with a decimal. So at that point, we're just going to multiply it by pi, get a decimal approximation. And so this is going to be 499.20 miles squared. And for number 2, we see that the diameter is 16, so the radius must be 8. So we get pi r squared plus pi r L, which is pi times 8 squared, plus pi times 8 times the slant height, which is 17.9. So this is 64 pi, plus 17.9 times 8 is 143.2 pi. And so if we add that to our 64, we get 207.2 pi inches squared, which again, we have that decimal with the pi, so we can just make this a decimal and say this is 650.94 inches squared. Now for volume, they give us the height here. We see that the diameter is 6, so the radius must be 3. So we're going to have 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So we get 1/3 pi r squared is 3 squared, which is 9, times the height, which is 7. So this 3 reduces this 9 to 3, so we get 21 pi feet cubed. And over here, they actually give us the radius. So this is 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So this is 1/3 pi times 12 squared times the height, which is 24. So we get 144 times 24, which is a really big number. But then we can divide that by 3, and so we get 1152 pi centimeters cubed. So some more complex formulas, area of the base, slant height, height. Just make sure you know the variables, know how to match the formulas, and you'll be okay.